Internet, and I'm going live with the most encouraging words of the day. I'm doing a little bit different today because it is quite muggy warm outside, I guess you could say, and I was like, I'm not gonna be outside because that's just something I'm not gonna do right now. So anyways, I decided to do it inside, which is a totally different, a little bit different than what I usually do. So I'm lighting some sage as usual, which is what I love to do. So I'm lighting some sage, and if you saw the post, it's a live reading, and I have the sage burning right here with my blessed wood in there, and I have my incense going as usual. So, and I always like to do my readings or my most encouraging words of the day after meditation. I usually do meditation in the morning, and I do very short ones in the morning, but I did a one in the afternoon today. So also the planets are aligning very different today, so if you need to look that up on internet, I would suggest you do that. So there's a little bit of lining up of the planets going that is happening right now. And I know next week there's going to be a full moon going on as well. So as I was thinking about the most encouraging words of the day, I have my rose quartz angel, boom, right here with us as well. And I actually want to pull a card from this deck, Doreen Virtue, Archangel Gabriel. So I like to use these from time to time. In my other deck, it's so big. That deck is like 75 cards, maybe, probably more than that. It's probably 75 cards. My angel deck, I have no idea where it's at. So I'm gonna pull a card from here. And this is how I'm going to start off the most encouraging words of the day. So everybody knows is that I just shuffle the cards until one pops up. And as you can see that one popping up, that's how I usually get the cards. So it doesn't take as much. So I pulled the card out, and the card is speeches and speaking. So, not ironic, it's a synchronized event. You have important messages to deliver that can help others. Speeches and speaking. So, this is synchronized. I've been thinking as a part of my platform or a part of my brand, or as you call it, I'm wanting to speak more to individuals or people. So I offer, readings, more in-depth readings if you get a private reading. And I offer a generalized, a short reading on here. I'm going to say that I offer on occasion as well, on Instagram, on this YouTube live here. So I offer those. And also, I'm actually an author, and I'm writing a book about some of the things that I faced in my life. So, in this journey, and I want to speak to that. So that sounds like, the most encouraging words of the day. So I have an important message to give to others, is what they just told me to deliver that can help others. So I'm going to say that's true, because I'm going to tell you this. One thing for sure is that, I've already, talked about being abused as a kid, and how that has transpired through my adult life, and how that has affected a lot of the people choices that I've made in my life, or people relationship choices besides the ones where I'm with my kids that were born. So let's say this. So one thing for sure is this. I know that there are people that need to be encouraged. And this is why I often say the most encouraging words of the day. And I also say that because as an individual or a human being on this planet, there's times where you need to really be encouraged, and you need to have the most encouraging words of the day. And sometimes I know that some people don't want to hear the most encouraging words of the day, and you're reluctant to hear those, but deep down you need them. So I'm going to say this. In giving the most encouraging words of the day, many things that I've been talking about, such as women, kids that abuse women, men, people or elderly that are being abused. When you're going through that type of event, when that is happening, often, from my experience, I'm going to say this, I've often felt just confused, discouraged, just pressed upon, like somebody's putting pressure on me, or that I'm feeling like they're scoping me out because they want to harm me, and this is what they do. I've come to understand that although I don't like this, and I would not prefer it for anyone, I don't care who it is, I would not prefer it for somebody to go through any type of abuse, such as the abuse that I've went through. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that for anyone. And although it has happened to me and I wouldn't want it for anyone, I'm finding myself like not as like so angry as I was when I was about it, when I first started dealing with the emotions of it. I'm finding myself like irritated on occasion. Okay, that's normal. But like I'm finding myself seeing how there are some very empowering moments that have happened from me being abused. So I can say this for sure. So when I have talked about being sexually abused as a kid by my dad, who I found out he's not my dad, but by a person that's an authoritative figure, or a person that I looked up to starting off life. But I can truly say this, that the abuse goes back so far, so long ago, so young. I'm saying 9, but I'm probably off on that. It's probably a little bit younger, but 9 is what I can remember. And I want to be honest in saying that some of the previous time, I'm pretty much blacked some of that out, blocked it out of my mind. Now I have had moments where I remember spurts and things, and I'm just like, So I remember some things, but as far as abuse goes, like that, pretty much, I can say for sure that it was consistent from 9 years old to 16, 15 years old. I'm gonna just say 16 because that's the age I was when we moved. So I really wholeheartedly want other people to know, women, men, kids, that you don't have to stay in that place. You can grow through that place. And I often say this, you got to grow through what you're going through. And that is a part of the curriculum that I'm going to be teaching. That's a part of that empowerment that I'm talking about. Growing through what you're going through. That whole thing is GTGT. So I'm calling it GTGT because it's just more simpler and it's a little wordy. But I can say this, like, all the things that I want, all that things where I've had to stay hidden, or trying to find a space where I was not being looked at by this guy that I call my dad. That whole process of trying to stay hidden and not wanting to be alone with him, making space where I was not trying to be alone with him. That whole thing, that whole piece, I can say that was wearing on me. And I can say that there was times where I was truly scared. I didn't want to go to sleep. I didn't want to I didn't want to close my eyes. At least and if he came in, when he did come in, I would pretend to be asleep. And I want to say I did that because I was scared. Shoot. I was like, man, I don't know about this. Like, I don't know if I should be scared or sleep. And I think I just literally just made a decision that I'm going to say sleep. Or at least pretend to be asleep. Because that whole thing of being abused sexually like that, like, it really does distort your understanding of what sex is and who you should have it with, or if you want to have it and it's being taken from you. So all of those things pressed into the mind of a child, that right there is enough to make you go blast off in the brain, because you're like, oh my gosh, my brain is about to bust. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to tell. So there's one interesting thing that I did find out later, was that I did tell. Matter of fact, I had a relative tell me that not only did I tell, I told, but I don't, this is one of those things, but I don't remember it coming out of my mouth as a kid. I don't remember that part. And what the relative told me was I did tell, and they had a meeting with the relative, and the relative only knows because they were like a teenager at the time when they were, when they heard the information. So they heard the adults talking, and they overheard what I had said, and that they called both of my parents, who were the parents at the time. Hey, whoever it is, if you want a live reading, let me know. I'm just talking right now, so if you want a live reading, send me a shout out. I'll do a quick live reading for you. And I see one person on there. I can't see who it is, so let me know if you want a reading. I'll pull a card for you, so let me know. So anyways, I was just like, I was just like, what do you mean that I told and all this? So the relative ends up telling me that they had a big meeting with my parents and the other two relatives, which is an aunt and uncle, about me talking about that I had said that my dad was touching my vagina. Duh. Oh, who is it? Oh, hello. Oh, you like a reading? Okay, great. So let me go ahead. So that was like a weird way to end that note, but what I just said, that's all right. So I'm going to go ahead and draw. Let's see. Draw your card right quick. Oh, it came out real quick there. So, oh, wow. Okay. So do you see it? It says the Holy Spirit, expect miracles. So these are the Kyle Gray cards. Now it says, remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So let me tell you something about that. I think it's Cleely Townsend, is this. You've been praying for that miracle. You've been wanting that miracle. And you're still missing something in the miracle. So here it is. Faith. You're missing that faith part. It's just a little bit. Because you're thinking that you have to have a lot of faith for this miracle to happen. That's what you're thinking. But you don't have to have a lot of faith for this miracle to happen. So let me know if you need another card. So I'm telling you this. When you get this card, they're just asking you just to have faith. And just know that you know that whatever the miracle is, it's going to happen, because you know why? Because you're deserving and that you've been appointed for this. Yes, there you go. You right, girlfriend. I don't know, girlfriend, boy. You just need to believe. You are correct. I think that's what the second thing I said is, just have faith. Just believe. And know that, I think the smoke is kind of bugging me. Spirit has your back. Like, they're not gonna say, okay, you're gonna get the miracle and then you don't get it. You just have to believe and know that you know. You don't have to worry about what anybody told you, I'm talking about the human beings that don't believe, because you've already discussed it. You've already said, okay, I need this miracle. I know this, if this happens, I know it's going to be a miracle. So since you've already discussed it, you needed it. One thing is this: discuss it with the people that you know have faith that you know you need, or that the belief that you know you need. Discuss it with those ones. You discuss it with the ones that don't have the belief and they don't have the faith. They're gonna knock you off that rock. They're gonna knock you off that faith part. So let me get you another card here. I'm gonna pull a card from Doreen Virtues. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. So let's do this here. I'm gonna pull one more for you, and let's see what else they're telling you here. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Your second card. This is so synchronized. It says happy news. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Happy news. Your prayer is answered in a creative way. I am totally crying because you know why? Because they're telling you, they're saying to you this. They're saying, look. They're saying, look. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, they're saying it's going to happen. And it's going to be in a creative way. So it's not going to be the regular way. I'm so happy for you that it's not the regular way that you think it's coming. I think you've been thinking that the miracle is going to happen this certain way, and it's just not going to happen that way. It's going to happen this way, this creative way that you know it. And when it happens, you're going to have to tell. You're going to have to tell somebody, and you're going to have to probably share a little bit of this miracle with somebody else, because it sounds like it's for somebody else. Not only is this miracle for you, Townsend, this miracle is for somebody else. This happy news that you're wanting, that is coming, and I'm so overjoyed for you. And I'm feeling like you're crying right now, because I wasn't crying. I was just overly excited and happy for you. But I want to tell you this: keep the faith. Don't give up. And yes, it does get trying. And if you need something to help you, if you need something to help you out. But I usually use a rose quartz, just to let you know. I usually use a rose quartz. Yes, I usually use a rose quartz to help with the heart, because in having faith and believing, you need a little bit of this. You need a little bit of heart, yes, and you need some strength in the heart. So I'm telling you, if you have a rose quartz, and if you don't, I'm lending you mine. Yes, that's what you needed. You need to be uplifted, because I feel like you're sad right now. And you know what? It's okay to be sad, but you know what? You go forward in your walk, and you know that it's coming. And you don't have to just be somber until it happens. You be joyful now. Be happy now, because this is one thing about having faith. One thing about having faith and having belief is this: when you know that you know that you know, no one can knock you off the block. No one can push you aside like the way you've been getting pushed aside. No one can do that for you. No one can do it to you. No one. Because you know why? Because you're going to be so uplifted. You're already uplifted. You feel uplifted. And breathe out of your heart space. And the way to breathe out of your heart space is you take 2 seconds and you envision your heart, because it's right. Actually, it's in the center of your chest. And I usually take a rose quartz and put it here, or hover it near my heart, and breathe in. And then you're going to breathe out of the front and back of your heart for 2 seconds. And I'm telling you that because you're needing that space. You're needing that love. You are loved as well. This is why the miracle is coming. This is why you have the faith already. You just need to increase it. And if you don't have that part going on, just have belief. You know, it's exactly what you said. You are most welcome. I just want to tell you, you are most welcome. And if there's any other thing you want to have done, or anything that you know anybody that needs a full reading, don't worry. I do those too. So you can DM me on Instagram. And you can DM me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, and you can email as well, and we'll get you set up and we'll get you going. And just know, that you know you are deserving and you are worthy of this of this blessing and this great miracle that, as I usually say, glory today, that you have a wonderful day. That you, and as I always say, you know, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Oh, so somebody's back on. Is it you? Oh, you are most welcome. And you have a great thank you so much, because I was wondering if you heard me. You have a great day too. So I'm gonna keep talking about what I was talking about before you came on. So I was talking about being abused and how that in itself has affected the way that I have relationships with people, the way that I have relationship even with my own kids, with personal, and romantic relationships. And I can see right now how I've just tried to people please. That's the first thing. I've tried to people please my whole entire life. So the mother figure in my life, I was people pleasing. I've been people pleasing her since I was a wee tiny baby. And although I have all these gifts and all this knowledge and everything, I was still just not able to get through and feel like I was feeling the love. And I want to say this. That love she was giving me was the best love that she could do at the time. And I know I have my standards though. So now I don't have those other standards. I have better standards, and I have a better understanding. I have a better seeking on the relationships that I do have now. So I was listening to this young lady today, Aphrodite Stone. She came on. She was talking about money, manifesting money. But one thing in particular that I love about her is that she just puts it out front. And she said, and I quote, "Don't be involved or having relationships with broke people or people that keep having broke situations and money issues, because you need to be empowered. You need to hang around people that's gonna feel empowered. You need to hang around people that are manifesting." So there you go. So I just want to tell you to enjoy your day as I hear the rain coming down where I'm at. Just like I said, it's been a crazy weather day. That you enjoy your rain, your suns, your winds, and if you need a reading, like, follow, subscribe. I think there's like a subscribe button below down here somewhere, and ring the bell on there so you can know when I have a new video posted. And as I always say on this most glorious day, don't give up and enjoy your happy news. And Atma Namaste.